Laos, a country in Southeast Asia, is often overshadowed by its richer neighbors like Vietnam and Thailand. This country is one of the few remaining communist countries in the world. Due to its government, it has formed a bond with the biggest communist country in the world, China. And China is ready to help out its neighbor with its Belt and Road Initiative, creating one of the most important railways in the country. But many consider this as a debt trap and not an economic relief. Today at Finance Spur, we'll find out about Laos and the billion-dollar Chinese railway. But for more videos about finance, technology, and business, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. In the midst of the beautiful landscape of Laos, a remarkable feat of engineering now stands as an essential element of one of China's most ambitious projects. The whoosh of high-speed trains shows the presence of a $6 billion railway stretching from Botan to Vientiane in Laos, a testament to the rapid transformation of what was once a few dusty lanes in the middle of a tropical forest. This Chinese-built railway has transformed into what developers envisioned as a bustling trade and transport hub in just a few short years. Yet, the railway's arrival also raises questions. Critics have labeled this project as a symbol of reckless Chinese lending practices. It is a part of China's far-reaching Belt and Road Initiative, which we talked about before in this channel. This Belt and Road Initiative is a colossal trillion-dollar project aimed at creating a global infrastructure network. Beyond connecting China to Laos's capital, this railway aspires to connect Laos with its neighbors, reaching not only China but also Thailand and the rest of Southeast Asia. Its impact is already seen in the Special Economic Zone, where residential skyscrapers and mixed-use towers have sprung up alongside the headquarters of the Yunnan Haicheng Industrial Group, the Chinese firm behind the zone's development. This whole project is motivated by a lot of factors, including the quest for new markets, opportunities for Chinese companies, and avenues to export excess infrastructure capacity. Geopolitically, it is a maneuver to change China's global influence. As the railway approaches its second anniversary, it has transported over 20 million passengers and more than 25 million tons of cargo, positioning Laos as a potential robust export market. The World Bank suggests that the Laos-China Railway, if managed efficiently, could boost the Southeast Asian nation's income by up to 21% over the long term. But what's the problem here? In the midst of a huge economic development lies a mounting debt. A substantial portion of the $6 billion investment came from loans provided by the Export-Import Bank of China, a state-owned lender. To meet its share of the funding, Laos borrowed around $1.5 billion, even with huge debt interest. This financial gamble has resulted in Laos's external debt stocks ballooning to roughly 90% of its GDP by 2021, leading the nation into an impending economic crisis characterized by surging inflation and an absence of a clear bailout agreement. Other concerns persist among the Laotian people regarding displacement, land loss, and the environmental effects of the railway. Although China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs asserts that approximately $260 million was allocated for environmental protection during construction, the World Bank estimates that the Belt and Road Initiative transport infrastructure projects could increase carbon dioxide emissions in the country by 7%. Even some critics view this form of lending as perilous for developing nations, a narrative that has been echoed by the US government and its allies, suggesting that China employs debt traps to undermine the sovereignty of countries like Laos. But China denies such claims, emphasizing that the Laotian government has publicly denied them. However, many developing countries perceive these opportunities as coming with strings attached. Laos, due to its size, location, and economic situation, lacked a queue of foreign investors ready to undertake massive infrastructure projects like this railway. China offered Laos an unparalleled opportunity, providing loans with higher interest rates than Western countries but with less strict conditions. The fear among Western nations is that Laos might follow in the footsteps of Sri Lanka, where a sovereign debt crisis worsened by Chinese lending led to economic turmoil and unrest. But Laos enjoys a unique relationship with China due to their shared authoritarian communist regimes, lack of territorial disputes, and diplomatic alliances that have endured for over 6 decades. As recipients of Chinese aid, Laos, along with Cambodia, has often sided with Beijing on maritime disputes in the South China Sea, even though they are not direct parties to those conflicts. But why settle for a Chinese debt trap in the first place? The US and Laos have a more complex relationship. The legacy of a huge bombing campaign of over 2 million tons of bombs dropped by the US during the Vietnam War shaped their interactions with the Western world. In 2016, then-President Barack Obama made history by becoming the first US president to visit Laos, offering reconciliation and $90 million for the cleanup of unexploded cluster bombs. The impact of this assistance remains ongoing, as unexploded ordnance continues to harm villagers and hinder development. If Western countries wish to counter China's influence in developing nations like Laos, they must adopt a stronger and more strategic approach. Laos's diplomatic ties with China have led the country to prefer direct negotiations with China over seeking Western solutions, such as assistance from the United Nations International Monetary Fund. On the other side, this 262-mile rail line serves as a testament to its prowess in colossal infrastructure projects of Chinese construction capability and rising influence not only in the region but all over the world. Overall, economists remain divided on the railway's financial aspect, questioning whether the auxiliary facilities and connections needed to make the new rail network truly worth it. As of now, Laos's development trajectory remains uncertain, with some industrialization stimulated by Chinese lending, but a coordinated push for development has yet to materialize. The country has gone from one with immense potential to one struggling at the lower end of its development trajectory. If you like this video, consider leaving a like or comment down what you think about the Belt and Road Initiative. But for more amazing videos about finance, technology, and business, don't forget to check out our channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notify bell for upcoming videos. For now, this is Finance Per. Have a great day.